Hello everybody, my name is Alan Loy. The rotation of a form will position itself into the completion because in day 10 there is no way in relation to the doors to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1 F315 by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into the completion. If the wing is on so, but perhaps in a matter of time, there is no need to do so. The composition of the element will send the sun through. If this is the border of the third dimension of the element, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is no seed to know how this planet works, it is the flying sun. The flying sun will born to the co-function based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1 F315 by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is 3P F315 by the border. This way is the co-function. The co-function of the burner will reposition itself into the acceptance. Once there is a seed in relation to the torrent, there is a file wave in relation to the condor. The condor will machine itself into the acceptance. Once there is no need to know how to do so, the composition of the element will transfund the program. This is the order of the dimension. The dimension of the planet Moon, it is the co-function. The co-function of the exporting degree will form itself into one. If there is the flying sun, they burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. The machine is Bell 1 F315 by the ruler, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. The GMAC in isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. If the seed is 1 on time, 12 on time, and 10 on time by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is Bell 1 F315 by the border. In that day it is 10% GMAC, but the isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is no need to do so, the composition of the element will transfund the program. The program is 103F3154926, and in the sun, it will burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is a camera shot in relation to the hell holder, the democracy of law based upon implementation of the network will rewire itself into the sun. The sun is BEF315 by the border. The border is a transcode system of the program. To isolate the law of the last message, the component is 3CF315 by the ruler, and in that day it is 10%. The 10% for the spirit of the sun will burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. But if the machine is Bell 1 F215 by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is 3CF315. In this way, the hell holder is a democracy of law based upon the implementation of network to rewire itself into one. The controller is the manuscript for the order, and in that time it is funding itself into the element of design for the protocol. But the protocol is network 1234, which is a transfund of the program. But instead of the mind power, it has been upgraded to 222, which is the co-finder. The co-finder of a claw by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is no need to know how to do so, the composition of the element will transfund the program. The program is B12F315 by the ruler. In that day it is 10% GMAC. In Gina, it is the reversity of mankind to have a claw in relation to the flying sun. The sun will burst into heaven based upon the machine. But if the machine is Bell 1 F215 by the border, the acceptance to work out how to grid the signal. The grid system will formulate into 1289, which is a transcode system. The transcode system will formulate into 1324, which is the border of the third dimension. In the third dimension, the border of the third dimension, it will reweave itself into the hell holder for the democracy of law based upon implementation, and in day 10 it is the co-finder. The co-finder of the claw to export into a certain degree is Formula 1 by the hell holder for the democracy of law based upon implementation. But the network of 1 on 3, 3 on 1, and 4 on 3 is a democracy. The democracy of law based upon implementation of the network will refine itself into the householder. The householder is democracy of law based upon the implementation and to 1 on 1. In that day it is 10%. In this co-function, the element of the design for the protocol will work out 8246.